Welcome to Dirty Fanatics.
Fans, Falcon Nation, it is your boys DFU coming at you live on a Friday night, the last NFL preseason game for the Atlanta Falcons tonight. The Falcons versus the Cowgirls matchup. Pre-game show here with DFU episode 157. I am followed by my co-host Philip. If you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, because we are your diehard Atlanta Falcon Dirty Fanatics United podcast. Philip, what's going on, man? Shout outs to have you here for the pregame show of DFU Falcons versus Cowgirls. Philip, I keep saying Cowgirls. Girls. I can't pronounce my R's tonight. But Philip, what's going on, man? Glad to have you.
Man, I'm just not much, man. Been a little bit sick. I had to take a little COVID test this morning. And A would be both 3 negative. We good. Praise the Lord. Just happy to be here for this game tonight, man. And can't wait to see what comes out this last week of preseason. That's going to lead out in 2 weeks. What we're going to see. Football's back, baby.
Yes, sir. Football is back, and it is back in action, man. It starts with a big matchup tonight for our right tackle, Caleb McGarry, now injured. Storm Norton as well to have surgery, 6 to 8 weeks suspected to miss for Storm Norton. Philip, Elijah Wilkerson stepped in during practice during the Caleb McGarry issues. Philip, how do you feel about that, and what are you watching tonight on that right tackle position?
I'm watching more of how see, I feel like it's not gonna. It will help a little bit, but not without the left-handed quarterback. You see what I'm saying? Because with that left-handed quarterback, he's gonna be on the blind side. So, but it shouldn't matter if you're doing your job. You're holding your blocks. You're helping with the run game. Perfect. Yep. I feel like he can come in and do his job if that's the case.
Absolutely. Philip, bear with me on my camera screen. I'm going to try to switch over to my USB, if that'll work. Give me just 1 second here. Atlanta Falcons Pandemic is in the chat. Yeah, it's very important to see how these teams, especially the line, now that you have all these injuries, as well as not only the line, the offensive line, but you also have to look at now receiver position. Philip, a big night tonight for possibly Chris Blair to determine if he makes the squad. You cut the past Pro Bowler DJ Chark Jr. this past week. He was officially released from the Atlanta Falcons roster. Tonight, you will see a lot of competition on the field to make that 53-man roster. Philip, what name in specific maybe that you are watching tonight to just see if they make that 53-man roster?
Ooh, that's tough. I would feel like he would be Chris Blair, just because you're playing great and well in the preseason doesn't always mean anything, but he's having a really outstanding. It's either, in my opinion, it's him or Drummond. That's a wide receiver name that not many people have mentioned, but it's also had a fantastic preseason.
Another one that's had a really, really nice preseason as well. It may not be spectacular plays, but Sills the Fifth, I believe his name is, receiver also. It was kind of shocking to me that DJ Chark was let go as early as he was. That tells me Casey Washington has been making noise early in camp. Nick Nash, another receiver, Philip, a guy that could possibly either make the squad or be a practice squad player. Philip, your thoughts on Nick Nash, and then we're going to head to the comment section.
Oh, this is a guy another guy. I just feel like in the preseason, what we haven't seen, the coaches have seen, so they know what's going on. We haven't seen the opportunities that he's should have, like catching the ball wise, but it all come. They see this more than what we do at practice. They're there with them 24/7. Guys, this kid has amazing hands and just spectacular speed at that too.
Absolutely.
I just want to see tonight if he makes some, a bigger impact than what he has in the preseason. I'm not saying he has hasn't done very good because he's there for a reason. He hasn't been cut for a reason. And yeah, I mean, just want to see what these young guys do.
Absolutely. Philip, Sterling Wood is in the chat with it. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic is in the chat with it. And we have 10 live viewers right now on YouTube. Y'all hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, man. We are on the road to 1K. We are officially 9 subscriptions away from 600, man. You guys get us there tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Sterling Woods, Atlanta Falcons Fandemic says, fellas, let's go. It's almost time. Rise up, Mr. Fandemic. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. If you have not done so already, head over on YouTube to Atlanta Falcons Fandemic and hit the subscribe button for our brother. Great Atlanta Falcon content. Just had special guest Berto, our dog Berto from Bleacher Report was on Atlanta Falcon Fandemic show. So shout out to that. A great collaboration there. Sterling Woods in the chat said, let's see how the second team O-line does in this game. Philip, this is the Red Star. This is what I'm watching all night long because so far, Philip, run game has been non-existent for the Atlanta Falcons, other than one that was called back and then the one breakaway touchdown later in the game. But, Philip, run game has been non-existent. Now you look at your right tackle position, 2 players. You look at possibly a big name when you talk about the O-line, Philip, Jack Nelson, your draft, the guy you selected in the last round of the draft. What is the expectations for him, Philip? There were reports before Caleb McGarry and Storm Norton now is officially out. There were reports that Jack Nelson wouldn't even make the squad, that he possibly could be cut. Philip, how do you feel about Jack Nelson possibly being cut as your last draft pick of this year's draft?
Oh, I mean, Tori McElhinney, has seen it. She's even said it. But at the same time, the situation that we're at, yeah, if he does make it, I can understand why. But in my opinion, he's going to have to step it up from what I have seen because a lot of things, that we have seen, it's not been the best. I may be lagging a lot of
background. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of background noise on that end. But you're good, bro. We're going to keep rolling through the comments real quick. Sterling Wood says Washington will be receiver 2 or 3 before it's over with. Philip, Casey Washington, how do you feel about the amount of he didn't even play last preseason game. He's had to be getting respect in practice. He hasn't got any reps last preseason game. Really wasn't too flashy in preseason game 1. He must be showing out in practice. Philip, Casey Washington, obviously a guy we liked last year. So how do you feel about Casey Washington now? You are down Darnell Mooney. We do not know if Darnell Mooney will be available week 1 or not. So Casey Washington, Philip, how do we feel about that?
I'm loving it, man. I watched him in training camp. Look more comfortable. Look ready. He looked a lot more ready, man. It's just the crazy impact that he's what he was to now. Like it's like a guy that you look at, you're like, oh, he's just a rookie. Like a guy that you think maybe that may not be there in the next few years, but he's turned into that guy that I look at. And I'm like, damn, he's gonna be here for years to come. And it's just. Like and you can tell he has locker room respect.
It's almost like Casey Washington is that new, the Jeff Hardy edition, the Olamide Zaccheaus type edition, that worthy receiver 3 that you keep on a roster spot year after year. Could Casey Washington be that? That's an excellent topic, Philip, for definitely the future because I think the future is bright for Casey Washington and what he could be here in Atlanta. So definitely. Eyes are on Casey Washington. Another position battle, Philip. Cornerback 2 and safety. Let's also not forget the nickelback position. Philip, tonight, preseason game 1, you've seen a hell of a lot of the hitman Helms, okay? Preseason game 2, not so much. You've seen a lot of Xavier Watts. Preseason 3, Philip, and Fuller as well. So preseason 3 game, I think it's fair to say if you do not see DeMarco Helms on the field, DeMarco Helms is locked down the strong safety position, and it's going to be out of Xavier Watts and Fuller to get that back up. Is there a potential that Fuller is cut off of this roster because of how deep it is?
Oh, no doubt in my mind. These guys here are a lot younger, a lot hungrier. They're out here to prove a point. As you said, DeMarco Helms. This is a guy that came in last year was having a terrific preseason, was supposed to come in and start, but got injured. Mm-hmm. And then that's when we made the trade or not the trade, but we went and got Justin Simmons,
Right.
We went and got Simmons, and then honestly, if Helms never went down, you would have never seen Justin Simmons on this roster last year.
At all.
But
you're talking about Helms and what Falcon fans seem to forget, fans that don't watch a lot of college football. DeMarco Helms was the leading tackler for Alabama that championship season. So DeMarco Helms has played that big role before.
SEC ball, baby. I'm telling you.
SEC ball.
That's where it's at.
Atlanta Falcons Pandemic says, chat. What's that say? Chat, make that like button hot. Tap that like button, man. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons Pandemic. Our guy, Robert Stevens, Philip, our other co-host here of DFU. Shout out to Mr. Robert. He is a hard-working, loving DFU Falcon fanatic, baby. Shout out to Robert Stevens. He says, good evening, gentlemen. Sorry I can't be on tonight. Still working. Hey, brother, get that bread. And we got plenty of time to talk Falcon football, dog. Glad to have you in the comment section, man. Shout out to my man, Robert, all the way from work with it. Shout out to Robert, man. Falcon fans, tap that like button, man. Leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when DFU drops Falcon content. Philip, another side of the ball that I want to talk about. We've hit on the cornerbacks and the safety position here a little bit. Let's talk about D-line. Could tonight be the night that James Pierce Jr. finally gets that sack? Because, Philip, heading into tonight's game, James Pierce Jr. is only one player behind a vet in the most pressure rates in preseason football. Philip, can James Pierce Jr. get me a sack tonight, dog?
I smell it. My nose is stopped up, big bro. Hey, I can smell it. This guy, speaking of him, man, there was this post today that was showing defensive rookie odds. And of course, they had Jalen Walker there. But in my mind, I love my Jalen Walker, boy. That's my dog. Like, literally a dog. That's my boy. Hey, boys. James Pierce ain't no slouch either.
At all.
We can't forget him on the post either.
I think, Philip, let's talk about Jalen Walker for a minute. He's been kind of banged up through preseason. Obviously, rookies have this kind of issue sometimes. I mean, Drake London did his first preseason. He got hurt after that catch, and fans went fucking berserk.
And then went out bald.
Yeah, and fans went fucking crazy that he got hurt. So now you look at Jalen Walker, he's starting to, get a little bit of a growing pain. He had a growing injury last preseason and a little bit of hamstring in training camp. Philip, do we see some Jalen Walker tonight, dog? He's back at practice in pads. Do we see Jalen Walker tonight?
Since we haven't seen him a whole lot, I would love to see a little bit more of him. But I'm not gonna.
I would love to see I'm not gonna lie to you, Philip. I would love to see a hell of a lot more of Jalen Walker. A player we haven't seen in preseason, and it's kind of weird to me, and it almost makes me feel like this guy has just wowed the coaches in some kind of way, or either he is just a total bust, and that's Divine Diablo. He has not been on the field at all preseason. He looked good in training camp, but you have not seen him in action. I want to talk with Raheem Morris on why some of these players are not playing preseason snaps. Philip, back to the topic, Jalen Walker. Do we see Jalen Walker tonight?
I would love to see him. I ain't gonna lie, but it's just like I see these injuries, man, that happening with like Caleb McGarry. It's kind of scary, but hey. It's part of the game, though. I feel like
Philip, here's a really great.
You signed up for this when you came into the league. You know what to expect. If it happens, it happens. It's scary. It sucks, but hey, we got to be ready.
Great comment here from Atlanta Falcon fan. He says, "With McGarry out, Norton out, and Elijah not performing well, is it time to panic?" All right, so this is how I look at it, Fandemic, and this is how I've been chatting with Philip and Cody and Robert and Rick throughout the week.
Put my mind on it.
So now. The way I look at it is we still officially don't know what's wrong with McGarry. The Atlanta Falcons have still to report the initial. I mean, you've seen
MRI hasn't been reported or anything.
Okay, so what we've got out of NFL content creators such as Bro Talk and people of that era that have contacts and what they call them, Philip, sources. They have sources throughout the league. And what Bro Talk commented on Twitter, this was 2 days ago. He says Caleb McGarry suffered a patellal. I don't even know how to say it. Pattellar injury per source. It is not season ending, but he will miss significant time. Be prepared for McGarry to be put on the PUP list to start the season. So, Fandemic, if that is the case, and Elijah Wilkerson is the guy that you plugged in practice, are you looking at a Jack Nelson? Are we back in a Mayfield situation, Philip? Week 1 against the Eagles. Is it time to panic? Pandemic, I don't know, brother. And you can ask Philip. I've kind of been panicking all week in the group chat. But it's like, to me, like, Terry cleared space. Terry went and got more cap space when he gave the extension to McGarry. Now McGarry is injured. Now Storm Norton's out a couple of weeks, 6 to 8 weeks with the ankle injury, the surgery. Obviously, this was done before McGarry got hurt. Or this was an injury that he was trying to pull along and see if it would advance, and it didn't. So now you look at the fact of, could Terry maybe get back in the kitchen and go get us a right tackle? Could Terry bring somebody in this building, or are we sold on Elijah Wilkinson? Because in the press conferences with Raheem Morris, Elijah is the guy that Raheem continues to bring up. So we've seen Elijah Wilkinson at the offensive spot before. We've also seen Matt Bergeron in college play the tackle position. A guard, I would say, is a lot easier to find than what a tackle would be in the NFL. But Bergeron has never played a single snap at right tackle in the NFL. So do you really want to mess with that chemistry of Bergeron really becoming dominant at that guard position? Or do you just reach out and say, hey, let's go get a vet that's done this for 12 seasons in the NFL and can protect our quarterback? Pandemic, is it time to panic? It's probably the best question of the whole show. I don't know, but time will tell. Nathan Rednick is in the chat with it. Shout out to Nathan. If you're a new subscriber, if you're a new viewer, man, we appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're not, ring the bell. He said, Ross said that Walker and JPJ will not play tonight. Philip, your thoughts on that? Because that has just about made me not turn the screen on tonight.
I mean, hey, Walker.
No, we haven't seen enough. No.
I'm not saying we've seen enough, but out of Pierce and Walker, I feel like Walker needs to play more than what James has.
Walker needs to play a hell of a lot more than James does, because James played pretty much the whole second game.
Yeah, he's played 2 whole games, and, you know.
I call a lag there, Philip. That's on me. It's all good. You're all good. Sterling Wood in the chat said, Nathan, appreciate that news, brother. I did not know that heading into the podcast, but shout out to you, sir, for being here. Hit that like button, man. Sterling Wood says, if he is out for 6 weeks, I'm looking to trade or sign someone. Philip, this is a good topic. And shout out to Fandemic and Sterling Woods for talking about this. This is a really great topic. Philip, heading into that, if we get the news tomorrow, Caleb McGarry is out for 6 weeks. You don't have him for 6 weeks. You have probably the roughest stretch of your schedule in the first few weeks of this NFL season. Very valuable games, Philip. Games that are going to matter when it comes to this playoff race. Do you trade for a right tackle? Do you find a vet that is now a free agent for a right tackle? Or are we keeping this thing in-house and we're going to hope for the best with a lot of play action and a lot of run game? Because Elijah Wilkinson is a great run game right tackle. Let's not forget it. He did it the year that we had only we had Caleb Huntley and Tyler Algier. The rookie year of Tyler Algier, Elijah Wilkinson played a shitload of snaps for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was probably the best run game offense we've seen in years. So do you see a trade, or do you see let's work to our strengths, let's run the ball, let's play action to the opposite direction, and let's try to win games this way? Philip, how do you feel about it?
I mean, I do need to address the matter and try to go and sign somebody at least. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying go out and make all kinds of crazy trades and then.
So read that comment there for me. Read that comment. It kind of falls in with what you're speaking on.
Tyrone Wheatley, or I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, and Killian Zaire. I'm bad with names. Yeah, that are both familiar with the Falcons scheme. Both need to be brought in. Yeah, like I'm not saying make trades, but bring people in that's done this. You know what I'm saying?
Or ran a Zach Robinson scheme. Somebody that's played in Zach Robinson's
like that, or also just to give a little competition, see how Wilkinson does. If McGarry really is out long term, or if it's just
I'm hoping this is
see how Wilkinson does, but also test him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hoping this is how the media went crazy about Justin Fields being carted off training camp. and he was back like the next day with a stub toe. I'm hoping this is a McGarry action, but it's not looking that way, people.
Well,
I mean,
if you recall, McGarry also was carted off a couple years ago, and then came back like within that week. But we'll have to see. We don't know. They're gatekeeping
it very bad. And I must say, as a Falcon fan, that is very old. As a
Falcon fan, I'm tired of everything being hid from us. Let us know.
Yeah, like give us something to talk about. Avno in the chat says, "Good morning, family. Rise up." What's up, Avno? You must have been on the game last night. He says, "Rise up." Shout out to Avno, man. Hit that like button, brother. Philip, another player that, since we possibly won't see James Pierce Jr. or Walker tonight, Rook Ohurohu, Brandon Dolores. These are some names that we should expect to see tonight, right? I mean, Braylon Trice, we only saw him the second preseason game.
I say we see Trice a lot tonight.
I want to see a little bit more of Ebiketie.
I don't know if you play him either, bro.
You probably won't. If you're sitting JPJ, you're sitting Ebiketie. In my
opinion, people made fun of Arnold Ebiketie of his, hands and placement and like his off-season training. But in my opinion, brother's putting some.
He's looked very nice.
Putting pressure as well.
He's looked very nice at what he's done this offseason.
Ebiketie
knows that he's got to break out this year. This is his last year in Atlanta. So Arnold Ebiketie, I'd love to see him play tonight. I'm really butthurt about Walker and JPJ not playing tonight. That kind of blows my whole vibe.
But I mean, he could be right, 100%. I don't see why somebody would just make that up.
Alden says, "Man, I really like Emory Jones. Sad he had to be gone." Let's elaborate that real quick. Emory Jones was only cut because he had a concussion. Emory Jones had a concussion and was not able to perform preseason game 2, which therefore led the Falcons to have an easy cut. I guess you could say that's the easy person you sign off.
You mean game 3?
Well, he didn't play game 2 at all. He got the concussion at the end of game 1, and then
I thought that was game 2.
That was it was at the end of game 1. They had just took out Stick, and it was right. It was right. It wasn't long after the situation. Right before the situation of all that. But I don't know, man.
Who else is the backup quarterback now? Didn't we sign somebody else?
We did just sign somebody. I don't have that name on me, Philip, so we sound like a bad podcast right now. But
hey, man, shout out to Emory Jones though. Hey, man, I like his play style.
We didn't get to see enough. We didn't get to see enough. That was the whole deal.
True.
It was game 2, Philip. It was game 2 against Tennessee.
It was game 2. But I'll tell you somebody I have seen enough of that. Let me stop. Keep going.
Easton Stick did really good preseason game 1. He had flashes in 2, but he made a lot of bad choices in the second preseason game. Yeah, it's like he let the heat get to him a little bit. I mean, they did practice with the guy all week. They watched him all week.
But I will admit, to game 2, they have been playing against our starters this entire time, not Easton Stick. So I mean, I can understand, bro. Like, like you ain't now. You are not Michael Penix, obviously. So of course, of course they're gonna be back there at you, and that's just how it is. So you gotta get ready. You gotta be ready.
Got to be ready. Philip, we are about 30 minutes away from live kickoff. Atlanta Falcon Fedimit says, for the QB3 spot, I'll take him over Emory Jones. Yeah, I mean, I will too, because Kirk's still your second.
I would still like to see more of Emory Jones before I gave my opinion on that.
Yeah, that's very true too, Philip, because you didn't see a lot out of Emory Jones.
Because I wasn't pleased how Stick let the heat get to him. But at the same time,
there was some
it could have just been a bad game, though.
Yeah,
it just could have been a bad day for him. I mean, dude, I ain't hating on the guy.
So, Phil, let me ask you this: we're on the quarterback position. There were reports at one point in the second preseason game before that game, Raheem Morris said Penix would not play, but he was still skeptical if Kirk Cousins would play or not. Philip, obviously, there's no kind of trade seeking from the Atlanta Falcons with Kirk Cousins with not playing him all preseason.
You would be dumb if you. In my opinion, I think it's a smart. What he's doing is smart. You would be dumb. You got possibly the best backup right now, and that is in Kirk Cousins. I know he wants to play, but at the same time, in our situation is smart.
Alvaro, that is correct, brother. No starters on the offense will play tonight.
Or
No
defense,
first
really.
drive. Man, it doesn't sound like defense either. I guess Raheem Morris feels like they've gotten their reps through training camp and joint practices. So we'll see week one. Will Raheem Morris come out week one and be initially right off the bat back in the hot seat? We'll see what happens.
If you really think about it, it's kind of smart. This is showing them, hey, this is what he can do. And they're not trying to give Tampa or technically Tampa. They're not trying to give them any edge. This is the team that I feel like we're going to compete with in this NFC South this year.
We've got to. We're going to. Yeah.
They're not trying to give them any he can do this or he can do that or this is what these guys been running. I totally.
You're very right, Philip. That could be a lot to do with it. But like I said, damn, I don't know about that, but we'll see week one. Exactly. Week one's going to tell all. Penix has continuously throughout every interview has said he is not going to be off game day. Like Penix has made it. I'm
telling you right now.
No, that boy straight up said he said I will not miss game day.
I'm telling you right now. It's just something deep within me right now, bro. Week one, he keeps mentioning week one, and that he's not going to miss.
Can we go fucking stupid week one, bro?
Listen. He's keeping every meeting he's with or on the mic. It's always something about Kyle Pitts. If you didn't draft him, you're gonna regret it. Week one, Kyle Pitts is gonna show.
Well, Philip, there was reports that came out of Flyer Branch. I didn't send it to the group chat, but they spoke
I don't care who's doubted him.
They spoke with Kyle Pitts. A reporter spoke with Kyle Pitts and wanted to know what he done his offseason to make his connection with Penix better, make that tight end quarterback connection. And what Kyle Pitts said kind of made me happy because I feel like, there was a lot of ways that in times people would feel like Pitts didn't watch tape or Pitts didn't study or, prepare for the game. But he talked about how he went home this training camp and watched the greats. He said he watched Tom Brady and Gronkowski. He said he watched Matt Ryan and Tony Gonzalez. He said he watched all these quarterbacks, that had these great combos, these tight end conditions. Like that is not something you heard with Desmond Ridder. That's not something you heard with Marcus Mariota. Like this guy, or even for that matter, Kirk Cousins. So I feel like Kyle Pitts and MPJ is going to be phenomenal. And let's not forget, like Sterling just said, MPJ is from Tampa. So the fact that he's from Tampa may be just that chip on his shoulder. Like, hey,
also.
This is how we doing it.
Let me throw in a comment. This might take a little bit off track. Cam, you had your comment to say my quarterback. Yeah, you probably flew with him. I don't care, bro. Yeah, he is from Tampa. Okay, and he gonna let you know that. Okay.
Who said something about that?
Cam, I don't need you and talk about anybody can get rocked. I don't care. Just because you got your ass rocked off of a team, don't mean that. Okay. I don't need none of your sideline talk right now. So stick
your fourth and one because
that's what your team was. I'm talking to Cam.
Cam Newton. Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to stick to your 4th and 1 because that was what your team was on every damn play was 4th and 1. Okay, stay over there on your side, me bro. We know that. Okay, God. He is from Tampa, Florida, and he let you know that. Okay, we glad you listened to him.
Somebody at Cam Newton. Somebody at Cam Newton in the comment section. Philip's got beef, and we've got to squash it.
Bro, you ain't gonna talk like that, like my quarterback a punk or something, bro. Hey
man, it is what it is. Penix said he's thinking to put the league on notice, man. That's what I'm excited about, man. That's what I'm ready to see. Philip, obviously it is a preseason game. We're not going to be spot on with this game prediction or even a score prediction. But Philip, give me a score prediction and a hot take for tonight. First hot take of the season, Philip. We haven't done a hot take all preseason. Give me a hot take and a score prediction for tonight's football game in Dallas against the Cowgirls.
Hey man, I see Chris Blair with 2 touchdowns tonight.
You say how many touchdowns tonight?
2 touchdowns.
Two touchdowns tonight. 2 tutties. So receiving touchdowns or running touchdowns?
Nah. Chris Blair gonna have them receiving touchdowns. He gonna look like prime Julio, but how he gonna do these boys? Like I'm just trying to tell you.
It's a big night for Chris Blair, Philip. It's a very big night for Chris Blair.
I'm rooting for you, big dog, and I see a good close score again, 17-14 type of deal.
Absolutely. Philip, Chris Blair is definitely a player that I'm watching tonight. Like I said, is a lot at stake for Chris Blair, Nick Nash, uh, Sills the fifth, Drummond, all these players, man. It's a big night for these guys if they want to make this roster.
Can I admit that I kind of like don't mind losing this game? I mean, really, like most teams in preseason turn out to be some of the best teams like in the league. So
Philip, we're playing no starters, bro. We may even see the Cowboys ones tonight. Who knows? So and that would be great to go out there and just shut them down.
Here we go again.
That
team ain't never going.
Shit. But my score prediction for tonight, man, I'll say it's another low scoring game. 21 to I ain't even saying we're gonna get 21. We get 17 points tonight. Cowboys maybe win it by 24. 24-17 is your final prediction for tonight's show. I'm going to say 0-3 preseason and went to the Super Bowl. So you never know. Absolutely. You never know when it comes to preseason and regular season. Philip, hot take for tonight. These receivers ball out, bro. Easton Stick and these receivers go out and have a night. That's what I want to see. Chris Blair. I want to see Brandon Dolores maybe get a sack tonight, make some disruption. I want to see some Zach Harrison. I haven't seen a lot of him. Maybe that's because he's a vet, but man, Raheem, you got to play these guys at some point. I want to see it. Philip, another guy that I'm loving to see, and I'm loving what he's doing in preseason, that's D'Angelo Malone right now. It's a big night for D'Angelo Malone.
I forgot about, bro.
He's played a lot of linebacker position in preseason. He's played very nice.
I've heard Malone has played good at linebacker position, so we'll have to see, bro.
Yeah, I seen a post the other day. It was a content creator said that they were more willing to take D'Angelo Malone at linebacker than J.D. Bertrand. So it's exciting to see what happens, man. Who could get cut? Who could be a Falcon next year? The 53 will tell after tonight very shortly. So stick with DFU because we'll have a 53-man expectation, who we think will make the roster, who we think is getting cut. That'll be a show for this week. So stay tuned with that. Philip, give me a shout out for tonight's show, man, before we get up out of here. First of all, shout out to all the viewers that tune in tonight, man. Y'all showed out tonight with I think the top number was around 12 live viewers at one point. So shout out to you guys for our pop-up show, man. We didn't even schedule this. So shout out to you guys for coming through. Shout out to Falcons Fandemic, Obno, Sterling Woods, Nick in the chat. Everybody that's in the chat, man. Shout out to you guys for continuously supporting us, getting us to 1K. Like I said, we're 10 subscribers away from 600 when we started tonight's show. It was 8 or 10, something around that area. So shout out to you guys, man. Philip, give me your shout outs for tonight.
Shout out to the good Lord above, man. I'm blessed to be here. I'm thankful that my little COVID test, flu test, AB, whatever the hell it is, I'm blessed that it came all back negative. So couldn't be more happy about that, man. Shout out to these teams. Shout out to these boys that's coming out here tonight that's trying to prove a point. I'm just excited for the regular season. Shout out to the regular season as well. It's coming in 2 weeks. I was gonna try to be there. I don't think I'm gonna make it, but
no,
I'm still gonna watch. I'm still gonna watch. I don't know yet, man. I might come in there and just pop up. You never know.
Man, we got to be in there week 1, Philip.
I did get the shoes.
I just talked to Jeremy about it today.
I might be pulling up. You never know. We'll have to see.
Obno, where you at? Obno, if you're in the chat still, we making a family trip to the game week 1. I done talked to Jeremy. I don't have you on Snapchat, so here's your invitation. Week 1, and we're gonna get Philip's grimy ass and Jeremy, and we're all gonna go up there to the A and have us a good little time with DFU.
Why I gotta be grummy, bro?
So make sure you're there for that, bro. Make sure you're there for that. Philip, you got to pull through. Shout out to Georgia, Texas boy in the chat. We said, "What it do, DFU?"
Like I said, bro. I might make I have to make an entrance if I go, bro. Shoes, I got new fit coming in, bro. I might have to just make myself. I might have to have a grand entrance. Might have them playing the drums for me out there. As I'm walking through the aisle.
Philip, I just thought of a really good idea. And this is kind of off topic with what we were just speaking on. But so what I want to do, I want to have another fan night. You know how we did fan night in DFU in the past?
Yeah. When we get everybody on the, we put in the link.
Anybody,
or they call.
Yeah, so anybody that's here that wants to talk, that's a Falcon fan, that's a DFU fan, I want to do a fan night next Friday night. I want to do a fan night next Friday night, And if you want to be on the show, the topic's going to be the recap of training camp, preseason, and how we feel going into the season. So if you want to be a part of that, message me or Philip, Rick, or Robert on Facebook. You can get us here in the comment section. Leave a comment after the live, and we will get with you guys, and we will schedule a time for you to come on the show, and we'll schedule a time, and we'll schedule topics. So if you want to be a part of that, let me know as soon as possible. The show will be Friday night, fan night with DFU.
Man DiNucci, whatever you want to call it.
Georgia Texas Boys said, "What it do, Atlanta Falcons pandemic?" Shout out to everybody that's here tonight. Philip, were you good with your shout outs, or you got more?
Hey man, shout out to the team. Y'all know what to do. Rise up and be patient. It's coming.
Yes,
hashtag be patient, baby. We still running that through.
Hashtag be patient. It's time. We're officially 20 minutes away, man. The last preseason. We're after tonight, Philip, 2 weeks away from the official kickoff of the Dirty Birds, man. I can't wait to see what happens.
Man, 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be wearing my pirate hat, burning down a ship, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm burning it down, stealing their hat, everything. I'm looting them. Okay, we burning it down. Don't matter.
Falcon fans, tap that like button, man. Leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell. DFU was getting ready to get up out of here. Thank you guys for being here. Once again, shout out to the Lord above, shout out to the wife and kids, and shout out to all you lovely Falcon fans that continue to support DFU, man. It's your boy Chase and Phillip. We up out of here, man. A-Town down, rise up.